Hey guys, welcome to Spazcar Kansas, where everything that could go wrong to start off this night has already gone wrong, pretty much. Have just about every equipment failure you could think of, starting with first being this is a post commentary video now because, well, OBS decided it did not want to record any sound whatsoever. It means no game sound, no microphone sound, no Discord sound, none of it. So during the race, obviously I have my webcam up and you'll be hearing me talk without seeing me actually talking. I swear to God, I do not have psychic powers. It's just I'm commenting after the fact. Other big thing, no wheel tonight. My wheel crapped out on me for at least tonight. I think I'll have it fixed by next week, but for tonight, going old school. Going controller. I have never sim raced online with a controller before, so we'll see. It's going to be an interesting challenge. We'll have to see how it goes. Still not sure about the point situation. It hasn't really been posted yet, so I still don't know what division we're in. Ian's been understandably busy, so. But we'll find out. We'll see how we do tonight. Hopefully, since we've got all our problems out of the way early, that should mean for a good race for us. Hopefully. I don't think we could have any more bad luck than we've had. So I'll see you guys on the grid. You know, through all the bad luck we've had to start off this night, somehow we're starting second. Somehow we actually managed to get a good enough lap in practice to start in second place. Who would have thought? But anyway, here we go. Coming to take the green. First segment, 25 laps like it has been the past couple of weeks. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can get around Josh on the outside and lead a lap or two. Here we go. So far, so good. Driving down into turn 1. Because we're going to gain some momentum here, trying to keep it coming off 2. Unfortunately, this is where I really felt the effects of the controller on the back straightaway. It's just, the controller, it felt fine in the corners. It's a lot easier to keep the car straight, but it's like once you actually get on the straightaway, the car just kind of wanted to dart in every direction. It was even like that on the front straightaway. But we're able to hang with Josh for a couple of laps here anyway. See how long that lasts. Unfortunately, eventually he pulled ahead, and then it was about just trying to hold on to what we could. See how long we could hold off Kyle and Jeff. It was extremely tough with the controller, let me tell you guys. We had our work cut out for us pretty much all night as we finally kind of came to the effects of the controller. As Kyle got to our outside, then Jeff, at that point I just kind of figured it'd be best to let them go. Just try to survive because we had a huge gap to 5th. So at that point, just try to hold on. This really scary moment right here. As you can kind of see Will sitting there right in the middle of the track. So had to dodge him, and that brought out a yellow. So next restarting 4th on the outside. Hoping we can stay there. It'd be really nice to maybe get some bonus points. I wasn't sure what the bonus point payouts were in this particular race, or at least at the time. But same deal in the back straightaway. Controller just wanted to weave kind of like right in the wall. But you're gonna see Josh and Jeff kind of take off here. So at this point, it was just trying to hold on to 3rd. Unfortunately, Ian kind of fell out of the race, and that felt really bad for him. That sucked. I think his computer locked up or something. But yeah, he was done for the night. But got a huge run on Jeff here. Just couldn't do nothing with it. We lose all our momentum on the straightaways because the controller kind of wants to go every direction. But yeah, I think that would be the closest I get to Jeff's bumper all night. Pretty much the rest of the segment was about holding off Sed and Kyle. It was a great battle with those two. We had to dodge Rob here. So, coming across the line to end the first segment, P3, which is great with the controller. That's better than I thought we'd do. I thought we'd plummet through the field. But here we go, getting ready to start segment number 2. Third place. Stay on Josh's bumper. Unfortunately, I clipped the apron. And here I have two options. I could try to get back on the track and hold my spot and cause a big wreck, or I could just kind of just bite the bullet, let the field go. As you see them almost wreck right there. So I think we fell back to, I think, second to last. Just all we can do now is try to pick our way back forward with the controller. So we have to dodge Rob right here. Clip the apron a little bit, but manage to hang on to it as they're almost wrecking again ahead of us. So, just, yeah, I cannot tell you guys how tough it was to drive this thing with the controller. It's so hard when you're used to a wheel. It's so much different. Is gonna try to continue to make our way forward here. Ed kind of clipped the apron there, which gave us a run on him. So it's gonna be one spot here as he kind of caught the wall a little bit. But yeah, like I was saying, I have huge respect for guys like Matt, who's so good with the controller. Dakota did it for a while. He held his own. It's so hard. Another spot here. Try to get by TX. Goes to the outside as he kind of went to the inside there. And he's going to drive in really hard. So we're going to pull a crossover on him here and get the spot. Then see what's next. Oh, gonna battle. I think this is for 5th, if I'm not mistaken. This battle for Sed. Me and Sed actually battled for a number of laps. I like battling Sed. He's really fun to race with. We have had a lot of really fun battles over the years. And this isn't gonna be the last time tonight we battle either. But yeah, it was a great battle for 5th here. I think we got side by side like 3 or 4 times. So he's gonna drive in really deep here. Just manages to keep it out of the wall, and we're gonna get beside him here. Try to beat him down into turn 3 this time. And it's so sketchy when you get next to somebody like that with the controller. It is tough. Car just wants to get loose. We are finally gonna clear him. And then, well, this happens. Come up on Rob sitting in the middle of the track. If I had my wheel, I would have been completely fine. I would have been able to dodge him. Or if I had ended up in the wall, I would have been able to save it. But with the controller, not so much. Just couldn't dodge him. And unfortunately, that's how our segment's going to end. I think we ended up like second to last to finish the segment because of that. Unfortunate deal there. Alright, segment 3, starting in the back. Restart. See if we can gain a few spots here fast. Restart's the best time to do it, but just they wrecked up high and came down in front of us. So that's gonna bring out a yellow. See what we can do now. I had to pit, so they ended up back in front of us. But here we go. Restart. Kind of got caught on the bottom there. So gonna have to pick our way forward from the back again. I mean, we've done that a few times this year, so you'd think we'd be experienced at it by now. But just try to do the best we can here. STX, I think, got in the wall there. So we're gonna try to gain that spot. He does a really good job of holding us off right there, using that high lane. Try again. Here going into one. This point the rubber was really starting to kind of build up on the inside, and it was really starting to slow down. As you can see, more people kind of on the higher lane. Here we're going to try to get TX's corner, maybe try to get him loose a little bit. Not quite able to do it there. So drive down, try to get to him again in 3. As you can see, they're racing really hard up ahead of us there. So if we can settle it here, we can definitely catch them. Gonna get to the outside of TX here on that front straightaway. Got a little run, and he's just gonna kind of let us go here. So now we want to try to catch that field in front ahead of us. As something happens to Rob, I think he lagged, and him and Will wreck. So that's gonna bring out the caution. Surprisingly, everybody stays out ahead of us, so we're going to take this opportunity to pit for 4 tires. See if this strategy call can help us, even though we're on a controller. Maybe that'll bridge the gap to where we can be fast. Unfortunately, it would have worked if we had restarted on the high lane. We kind of got caught on the bottom, and the bottom lane didn't really go. So try to get by Brian. Unfortunately, I caught the apron and kind of got loosened up by TX a bit there. It's all fair. So see what we can do here. And something happens ahead of us there, and Will and Kyle get together and they just completely check out, and we're caught up in it. It's funny, I think the running joke the past couple of years is me and Ian get together every week. So the race wasn't official unless me and Ian hit each other. I think Will lately is kind of making a bid for that title, because me and him seem to hit each other every week at some point or another. I mean, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you have that person you just kind of end up getting in wrecks with a lot. But here we go, another restart. Pretty decent one there until that. And that's, I'm not sure what happened there. Something happened on the outside of us, and we get kind of hooked in the wall, and that kills our rear tires for the rest of the segment. But we're not going to give up. We're still going to try hard to get as many spots as we can to set ourselves up for a good final segment. As they almost wreck again ahead of us, going to try to go to the inside of set here, and we're going to get extremely loose. About drifted that whole corner. Like I said earlier, me and said we're going to go at it yet again. We have, like I said, we have really good battles in this series. As he's going to drive in hard and get the wall a little bit there. Got Will behind us. And, I mean, we know how that's gone this season anytime we get near each other. But it's going to stay clean for the moment. As he's going to try an outside move. Our rear tires are destroyed right now, so we're kind of just trying to hold on. As I think he got the wall a little bit there. So, I'm going to try to start moving forward again. Try to get to the inside of set here again. And this is just such a good battle. We were all driving really hard because the end of the segment was approaching. It's just a really fun battle as we kind of touch the white line. Kind of de-wedges us a bit. Set's just staying there. Just enough. Which is going to give him the run on the outside as we clip the apron again. And it's going to cost us all our momentum here. Lose a spot to Rob, and here comes Will on the outside lane. Just try to hold on here best we can until we get hooked there by guess who. Like I said, just every week, some reason or another, it's just one of those things. We just kind of have this way of running into each other every week. But that's how our segment's going to end. Well, actually, that's how our segment's going to end. We're going to try to get on pit road and do what I'm so notorious for in Spazcar and spin out. And that's twice this year. But here we go. Final segment. try to recover from all the bad things that have happened to us in the past 2 segments. It's a pretty decent restart on the outside. I think it's the first time in a while I've gotten to restart up there, and it definitely paid off. Something you're going to see here is a lot of people running the top lane. Because, as I said earlier, the rubber had really built up on the bottom, so all the speed ended up migrating to the top. Because the car just drove better up there. It actually turned better. The car was way tighter on the bottom because all the rubber had built up down there. As you see us go to the bottom. Trying to get position on Brian, but we made it up to 5th now, in the top 5, and then here, looks like Kyle's going to catch the wall, trying to run a little too high there. That cost him all his momentum, and we are back up to 4th. We haven't been this close to the front since the end of the first segment. So, going to try to run the top the best we can, try to gain as much as we can on the top 3. But I have a feeling that they're probably just going to end up pulling away as we struggle on this Xbox controller, so it may just be about trying to hold on to a top 5 here. And unfortunately, I would be exactly right. So here it's just about trying to hold off Kyle the best we can. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, as long as we run the top, he's going to have to run the bottom, and it's a lot harder to run down there, so maybe we can hold him off. Unfortunately, he had different ideas about that. Yeah. I think he was thinking he was going to try to drive in hard enough to clear me, and, well, he didn't. So, that definitely, it worked out for him, but it definitely didn't work out for us. But gonna finish the race in 5th, which, who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? So, as we look at the results, how about that? We actually finished 5th. We got a top 5 with a controller. If you would have told me that would happen at the beginning of the night, yeah, I would have told you were crazy. But yeah, that deal at the end with Kyle, we talked after the race, so everything's good there. That's gonna be a case of forgive, but not necessarily forget. So yeah, but yeah, anyway, I think next week is Indy. History at the Brickyard is not great, but hopefully I'll have my wheel back running by then. We're actually working now. Huge shout out to Dakota for troubleshooting that with me at the end of the race. Got that all figured out. And it got the sound on my OBS obviously working again, so hopefully all that stays fixed for Indy. Congrats to Josh on the win, and Brian and Jeff on great runs. It's unfortunate that Casey, Dakota, Dan, and others had to miss tonight. It was kind of a shortened field, but it was a pretty fun night. But anyways, I will see you guys next time at the Brickyard. Good night.